Right, Facebook and YouTube, what is going on, guys? Today is Wednesday, March the 8th. We're out here in Knoxville, Tennessee today. We're going to be working on a real small hardwood project today. We're actually going to be doing a wax removal as well as a hardwood screen and recoat. So we initially came out here to give the estimate about a week and a half ago, and obviously you guys can tell that the floor is in rough condition. Went ahead and did a wax test to test for acrylic wax on the floors. Just as soon as I walked in, I could tell that there was a wax on the floor. So we went ahead, did a demo. Of course, we did find wax on the floor. We did a little demo here, and you guys can see there's just a heavy film of acrylic wax on the hardwood. We can't do a screen and recoat until we get that wax off. Now, a lot of times these acrylic wax come in the forms of over-the-counter polishes, such as Rejuvenate, Bona. Anything that says polish will actually have a buildup of acrylic waxes, and there's actually a blog post I'll put in the description. You guys can go and read the dangers of using these over-the-counter products such as Rejuvenate, Bona, these polishes, not the cleaners, just the polishes that contain these acrylic waxes actually do a lot of harm to your hardwood floors, and then you have to pay to get a wax removal, and guys, these jobs can end up being costly. This is about 480 square foot. With the wax removal, with the screen and recoat, I believe the job came out to a little over $1,200 to do this area. You guys can see there was an old oil-based finish on here, and you can usually always tell because you're gonna have ambered tones to it. Yellow, it's gonna yellow over time. In this case, it's ambered. There's a lot of polish on the floor. So we're first gonna go ahead and get the wax off the floors. Then we're gonna do a very aggressive screening. Guys, these floors aren't gonna come out perfectly. We've already, told our client we're looking to improve the floors, not to get them to perfection, but at a fraction of the cost of a full hardwood sand and refinish. You can't compare, and this job's gonna be finished in one day, ready to walk on the next day. So the benefits of a screen and recoat with a wax removal are huge. Again, I just want to kind of show you guys a little bit of close-up of how bad these floors are, and then we'll see how good they turn out. I have high hopes for this project. Again, not perfection, but I think we're going to be able to make these come out really good. We're going to do some color correction in these areas, and I think they're going to look night and day better. Again, guys, you can see where all that polish is just flaking off. Look at that, guys, off of the floor. So take a really good look again here, all through here. I mean, guys, it's really bad here. So stay tuned. We're gonna go ahead and do the wax removal. All right, guys, so what we are doing now is actually applying our stripping agent. And what this is going to do is gonna actually begin to emulsify that that wax, or the acrylic wax, polishes, anything like that has been applied to the floor. This is gonna return it into a liquid state for us to be able to actually extract it from the hardwood floors. Now, when you apply this acrylic wax to the floor, it obviously is a liquid when you actually start to apply it, and then as it begins to dry and evaporate, it actually dries as a solid onto the hardwood floors. So that's why we have to apply this stripper onto the floor to be able to get it off. So that's what we're applying right now. We'll let this sit for about 10 to 15 minutes, and it's going to begin to, again, emulsify it, allow us to extract it. All right, really quick, guys, I want to show you exactly look how dirty this is, all of this wax. I mean, look how dark that is, guys, how dirty these floors were. So this is why it's so important for us to come through, remove that wax, and also we're getting a good cleaning of the floor, so that way we're making sure we're not going to have any contamination, any buildup. What we're probably going to do is actually go over the floor once we get all this wax off, do an intensive floor treatment, and actually deep clean the floors to make sure we don't have any adhesion issues at all. All right, guys, so we've got everything screened down. You guys can see the floors are in very rough condition now that we've actually screened that top coat of polyurethane off. We got the wax off the floors, but guys, they look so much better. And I know they're really bare in a lot of spots because we had to do such an aggressive screening, but we're gonna be pushing color back into it. Here's an example. See, you guys can see in here, this is actually the area I just cleaned and prepped. This is what it's gonna look like, this more uniform appearance. We're gonna do a little bit of color correction on these floors, guys, and it's gonna turn out really good. So what we're doing now is applying our preparatory floor cleaning solution. So what that means is this is getting the floors ready for the top coat that we're gonna be putting on here. Before we apply that new top coat, we wanna make sure that there is no residue, grease, acrylic wax residue, anything like that that's gonna interfere with the adhesion of our new top coat and have premature bond failure on these floors. So that's what we're doing now, is getting a good deep cleaning of the floors. And we're gonna go through with a mop and go ahead and just mop everything up. And guys, I think these floors are gonna turn out incredible, given what we had to work with and us not doing a full sanding on these floors again. They really did need it, but again, guys, for the price point, a lot of people love this screen and recoating option. And again, guys, it's supposed to be part of a maintenance plan to keep floors from getting in this condition. Once that top coat degenerates and you get down to the bare hardwood, it's really hard to save hardwood floors. So that's why screening and recoating is supposed to be done every 3 to 5 years, just depending on the amount of traffic. If you have pets, kids, who applied the finish before, that's why it is so important, because in the long run, you end up one with floors a lot of the time that can't be saved, and then you're going to be spending out of pocket big money to get them sanded and refinished, versus if you would just spend a little bit of money up front, get them routine taken care of, you're not going to be spending as much or worrying about your floors getting in too bad a condition. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna quit talking, go ahead and get this mopped up, but you guys can see these floors are going to turn out so good compared to what they were. All right, guys, so this is just after we finished screening and mopping. We've not even applied any polyurethane. We've not even done any color correction, and look how incredible these floors look just after a good screening and a good cleaning. They look night and day better. So I can't wait for you guys to see once we start rolling the poly. All right, guys, so we're rolling that polyurethane now, and you guys can see, taking a look in here at this room, how good these floors have turned out so far. They're not finished yet. So you see it's wet, so it's really reflective right now. This is actually just where I just rolled the first coat of polyurethane on here. And guys, look at the difference. We tinted the polyurethane to put some color back in, push some stain back into the floor, and give it a more uniform to even appearance. And you guys can see just how drastic of a difference this room is compared to this room. I mean, look at that night and day difference. This room looks beautiful and not even done yet. Gonna let this coat dry, come back, put on a second coat. So that's what we're doing right now, is we're actually rolling the polyurethane as we speak. I'm actually outlining the room. We'll probably start over here this time. Get a little bit more. There we go. So we go through and edge and outline the room first, and then we roll the entire room. Sheesh. Man, these floors are turning out good. All right, guys, we are finished with that first coat. We're gonna head out for lunch. We're gonna go ahead and let this dry, but guys, look how, I mean, This is incredible. Incredible for screening and recoating for the floors to turn out this good. And we're not done. We still got to come back, roll a second coat. So I'll see you guys once it's dry. All right, guys, so we're back from lunch after rolling that first coat. The floors are dry. We're about ready to roll that second coat on, the clear coat, and you guys can see just how incredible these floors turned out compared to what they were and with what we had to work with. This was honestly the best case scenario that we could have had. You guys remember how bad these floors were, how much damage there was, how much stain was missing. You guys remember this corner and how bad it looked. Everything came out really good. Again, for it just being a screen and a recoat, this wasn't perfection, but guys, look how good these came out just with that screen and recoat. So much better. Our client's happy. We're very happy with the project. Again, we're going to put that last clear coat on, but nothing's going to change from that first coat to the second coat other than some leveling issues, making everything even. The second coat is what I call the evening coat, is where the sheen makes a perfectly flat glass-like finish. And when I say glass-like, I'm not referring to the actual reflectiveness to it, just the smoothness of it. You'll see a lot smoother finish on that second roll than you will on the first. So that's going to cut this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments, like, subscribe to the channel. Be sure to check out that blog post. I will include it in the description, as well as updated blog posts weekly, monthly, bi-weekly, however often we like to post. All right. I appreciate it. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.